Good morning. We are back. It is Wisdom Wednesday, another Wisdom Wednesday. Today's question comes from Mike Taylor. Mike wanted to know about complaints, the process, what to do, how to file complaints. Well, this morning I was kind of looking through, trying to decide what questions to answer today, and I thought it was just kind of perfect, especially with what I have going on. So we're going to get into complaints, how to file complaints, what you should do. If you are pulled over and that officer is unprofessional, you feel like your constitutional rights were violated, you were whatever it is, okay? Something made you feel like you need to file a complaint. Now, what you do, if you get a citation, okay, that citation, that ticket will have that officer's name on it, okay? So you don't need to ask, what's your name, okay? What's your badge number? That may agitate that officer even more. Things could get even worse, okay? So if you do receive a warning or a citation, that information will be on there, so don't ask for it, okay? Now, if it's a situation where you are stopped and you're mistreated and then you were sent on your way, at that time you need to, look at the officer's nameplate, okay? Get his name, get the vehicle number, anything like that, okay? If you can get that, there's no need to ask again, okay? Also, if the situation is different and you don't see a nameplate, you don't see a number on the vehicle, then ask the officer, sir, ma'am, what's your name? At that time, once you're released from that traffic stop, or if for some reason you do go to jail, you can go down, you can do one or two things. From that traffic stop, you can go to that police department. You can ask to speak with a supervisor. At that particular time, that will be considered a verbal complaint, okay? You are simply expressing how you felt. You explaining to the supervisor what was done, and you're not pleased with the officer's actions. Now, those complaints generally are they are handled in-house, meaning that supervisor will bring that officer in, counsel that officer, and then that's that, okay? If you want more, then you're going to file a formal complaint, which is a written complaint. In most departments, I said most, if it's a smaller department, there may not be a quote-unquote internal affairs office, okay, or division. So you will go to headquarters of that agency, and you will file that written formal complaint with internal affairs, okay? That's when you will be interviewed by personnel. You'll write down what happened, and you will, verbally say what happened. Then that complaint is investigated. I can't give you a time frame. I know that in the past, I personally had to file a complaint years ago with a local police department, and I did receive a letter in the mail. It was very formal, stating that the investigation was taking place, and then I also received a letter stating that they concluded their investigation, so to speak, like that, okay? That's something that should happen. Now, let's change tunes just a little bit. Let's talk about me. You all know my traffic stop was July the 31st of this year. Immediately after that traffic stop, I went and filed that verbal, okay? I filed a verbal complaint with the chief. And we spoke about 30 to 45 minutes. Now, a week from that day, the 31st was on a Friday. So a week later, I filed a written formal complaint in which I turned in to the chief. I can't tell you exactly the date, but I know it was a Friday. It may have been, the 5th or 6th of August. It is now October the 21st. Okay? So it's October the 21st, and I have not heard one word. One word, no letters, no anything from that police department. Now, is that right? Is that proper protocol? Now, let's be honest. This is a small municipality. This is a small police department. 3 months for a complaint, and I haven't heard anything. That doesn't add up. Okay? I could see if it was Los Angeles Police Department, New York Police Department, these big major cities where they're receiving mass amount of complaints. I can see it taking 3 months possibly to get back with you. But a police department that's manned by maybe 5 officers, if that many, there's no excuse for this. Now, I can't say what they're doing. Maybe they're doing a thorough investigation. I don't know. All I'm saying to you all is I have not heard one word. That brings me to next Tuesday, October the 27th at 4 p.m. I will have my court date, okay, on behalf of my 2 traffic tickets, following too close and texting and driving. Now, I'm not going to get too much into that because we're going to see what's going to happen. And after that point, then I will get very, very in depth about some things. But we're not going to put the cart before the horse, okay? I will go and I'm going to represent myself. I'm going to plead my innocence. And I'm going to go carry some evidence that proves that I was not on my phone, that I was not texting and driving. So I say to you all, if you feel like you were treated wrong, if you feel like that officer's behavior was unprofessional, or whatever it made you feel, you do have that right. You have that right to file that verbal complaint or the formal complaint. I've been in law enforcement a long time. When I was on patrol, I've had people go complain to my supervisor and said, I don't like the way she sounded. And my supervisor would say, well, did she yell at you or did she curse you or was she? No, but that goes back to certain people feeling privileged, certain people feeling like they're not supposed to be stopped by a young black female police officer, and certain people feeling like they should have a pass. And I remember this complaint so clear because I didn't even give the man a citation. I gave him a warning. I didn't even write him a ticket. He just didn't like the fact that he was stopped by a black, young, female officer. So people complain for different reasons, and you have that right too. So I encourage you, if you feel like, you need to complain. Because I'm going to tell you like this, if you don't complain, and you run home and tell your mom, your friends, or whoever, then nothing's definitely going to happen, okay? So definitely express your concerns to the supervisor, and sometimes you may have to request somebody above the supervisor if you feel you're not being heard or you feel like your complaint is not being taken seriously. And another thing, talk to the people in the community. Talk to your fellow friends, your neighbors, and see, hey, have you ever dealt with this officer? What was your experience? That's pretty good information as well. That department needs to know that as well. So with that being said, next week I will take off. I don't have time to play the games of small municipalities. So to ensure that I'm at court on time and there's no traffic accidents, just like this morning, there's an 18-wheeler has the whole interstate blocked. Okay. I don't have time for that and them to issue a warrant on me because I'm late because I'm stuck in traffic. So I will not be going. I will be prepared, and I will go represent myself professionally. And I will plead to the judge as to why I am innocent. The way it turns out is the way it's going to turn out. It will not be a reflection of me, but I will walk in there with dignity, and I will walk in there with respect for myself. So with that being said, thank you, Mike, for your question. That was an excellent question. I kind of had a hard time trying to decide what question I was going to go with this morning. But I said, you know what, that kind of flows with what I have going on. So what better question to answer? You know I can't leave without thanking you all for all the love, the support, the prayers that you all give me on a daily and weekly basis. There are a lot of people that reach out to me daily, and it means the world. It absolutely means the world to me. Y'all don't understand the power in prayer and just the support and how it keeps me going, keeps me motivated. So don't stop that. And remember, positive vibes only, you all. We're going to remain positive because we're all wanting change. Change is here. Let's keep being positive and keep pushing for what we want. See y'all soon.